The wrestling world just got hit with shocking news that nobody saw coming. One of the most talented athletes to ever grace the WWE ring has suddenly found himself on the chopping block, and the entire industry is reeling from the announcement. If you haven't heard what just happened in wrestling, you need to stick around because this story is absolutely wild. And before we dive into everything, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we're breaking down all the latest wrestling developments right here on this channel, and you won't want to miss a single update on what's happening behind the scenes in professional wrestling. Wes Lee, the high-flying sensation who captured the hearts of wrestling fans with his incredible acrobatic abilities and never-quit attitude, has been released by WWE as part of a major wave of roster cuts. The announcement came through the Wrestling Observer Radio, and it sent shockwaves through the wrestling community because nobody expected this to happen. Fans who have watched Wes Lee perform in the ring know that he brings an energy and athleticism that simply cannot be denied. He has consistently delivered performances that leave audiences on the edge of their seats, always giving everything he has got every single night. His release is raising serious questions about what WWE is doing with their roster and where the company's priorities actually lie. The timing of this release is absolutely shocking when you consider everything that has been happening in WWE over the past several months. The company has been making significant changes to its programming and has been focusing heavily on building new storylines and pushing different talent in various directions. However, many people in the wrestling community believe that Wes Lee was exactly the kind of performer that WWE should have been investing in for the future. He represents the next generation of wrestlers who can carry the company forward for years to come. His technical abilities, his work ethic, and his ability to connect with audiences made him someone special in a way that not all wrestlers can achieve no matter how hard they try. Throughout his time in WWE, Wes Lee proved time and time again that he belonged at the highest levels of the company. He performed on major pay-per-view events and delivered match after match that left fans talking. His matches were characterized by innovative offense, impressive athleticism, and psychology that showed he understood the business on a deep level. The wrestling industry has a long history of releasing talent who later goes on to achieve tremendous success elsewhere, and many people are wondering if WWE has just made another one of those mistakes. The decision to let him go seems completely counterintuitive when you look at what he was bringing to the table. This release is part of a larger round of cuts that WWE has implemented, and that makes this situation even more significant. When multiple wrestlers are released at the same time, it suggests that the company is going through some kind of transition or restructuring. These kinds of cuts often happen when companies are reassessing their business model or their vision for what they want their product to look like going forward. The fact that someone with Wes Lee's talent level got caught up in this round of cuts indicates that WWE might be making decisions that prioritize short-term considerations over long-term building. The wrestling business is about creating superstars and developing talent, and it seems like WWE might be losing sight of that fundamental principle. The wrestling community is split on how to interpret this news. Some people believe that WWE made a huge mistake and that Wes Lee will eventually resurface somewhere else and prove that the company's decision was wrong. Others think that WWE must have had reasons for making this cut that we simply do not know about. However, regardless of what the actual reasons were, the perception that many people have is that WWE is not handling their roster correctly. They have released several talented athletes in recent years who have gone on to find success in other companies, and that track record is not a good look for WWE from a business perspective. Every time they release someone who later becomes a star elsewhere, it reflects poorly on their decision-making abilities. Wes Lee had been working hard to establish himself as a major player in WWE's future plans. He was putting in the work, showing up on television, and trying to make the most of the opportunity that he had been given. His performances showed that he cared deeply about professional wrestling and about giving the fans something worth watching every single time he stepped into that ring. The fact that none of that mattered in the end is incredibly disheartening for Wes Lee and for everyone who believed in his potential. It is a harsh reminder that professional wrestling is a business first and foremost, and sometimes business decisions do not align with what makes the most sense from a talent or entertainment perspective. Looking ahead, the big question now is what comes next for Wes Lee and for WWE as a company. Wes Lee will undoubtedly explore opportunities with other wrestling promotions around the world. His skills are valuable, and he will not struggle to find work because professional wrestling promotions everywhere recognize talent when they see it. The real question is whether WWE will come to regret this decision down the road. If Wes Lee goes somewhere else and becomes a major star, it will add to the growing list of talented wrestlers that WWE lets slip away. That could potentially influence how fans perceive WWE's management and their ability to build long-term stars. The impact of this release extends beyond just Wes Lee himself. It sends a message to all the other wrestlers on the WWE roster about job security and about what the company values. When talented, hard-working athletes like Wes Lee can be released without warning, it creates an environment of uncertainty and anxiety. Wrestlers need to know that if they show up and do their job well, they will be taken care of by their employer. That does not seem to be happening at WWE right now, and that is a serious problem that needs to be addressed. As this story develops and more information comes out, The wrestling world will be watching closely to see how Wes Lee responds to this setback and where his career takes him next. This is a pivotal moment for him professionally, and how he handles this adversity will say a lot about his character and his dedication to professional wrestling. If you want to stay updated on all the latest wrestling news and developments just like this story, please subscribe to this channel right now so you never miss an important update in the world of